In my book, Secrets of the Black Belt Mindset, I tell a story about injuring my left knee right before my first degree black belt test. Walking at that time was really painful, but the real pain was dealing with the hospital. That was worse. They kept denying my claim because they had the wrong insurance number. Well, eventually I got the surgery. But that whole mess taught me a few lessons about obstacles and how to move past them. And that's what we're talking about today. Hi, I'm Wil Dieck, college professor and longtime martial artist, and today we're going to talk about how you can overcome any obstacle and move toward your goals without getting stuck or sidelined. Obstacles show up, that's a fact. Sometimes they're obvious, an injured knee, a canceled flight, a budget cut. Sometimes they're sneaky, procrastination, doubt, or annoying vendor who's always late. Whatever the form, an obstacle is simply something that impedes progress. It's a stumbling block. It's not the end of the road. When you're in the middle of doing the work, the training, the study, the project, that's when obstacles tend to appear. And yes, sometimes they hurt. But pain is often just feedback telling you something needs fixing. So the first thing you want to do is keep a positive attitude. See, your attitude shapes action. If you treat obstacles like monsters under the bed, you're going to freeze. You're going to see them as puzzles. You'll start solving those puzzles. When something goes wrong, ask what you can learn from it. It's easier to keep going when you focus on growth rather than defeat. A little optimism doesn't magically remove the problem, but it gives you the energy to work on them without collapsing in despair. Next thing you want to do is slow down and think. Panic makes mistakes louder and solutions less visible. When you hit a wall, resist the urge to sprint into a fix that's only half-baked. Take a breath, review. What did I do? And look for things that went off track. Most mistakes aren't fatal, they're feedback. Treat them like clues in a mystery novel. The answer usually shows up if you read the evidence carefully. Another thing you need to do is always try to control your emotions. When anxiety spikes, the brain goes into survival mode and stops being clever. That's when bad decisions happen. Use a quick mindfulness trick. Notice the feeling, name it, and then take 3 steady breaths. Naming the emotion pulls it out of the driver's seat. With calm, you can analyze options, weigh consequences, and pick a better path. Remember, emotions are data. They're not dictators. Now, in order to succeed, you need to commit to keep going. Commitment is the engine that keeps you moving. Goals don't achieve themselves. Someone has to show up day after day and keep working on them. Decide what you want and vow to move toward it, even when your progress is tiny. There's going to be days when you make big strides, and there are days when you're just going to shuffle forward in little tiny baby steps. Both count. If you want a mantra, keep it simple, keep going. Also, break your big goals into bite-sized tasks. If the goal is the size of an elephant, cut it into bite-sized pieces. Big projects overwhelm us because they feel like one giant impossible thing. Split them into smaller, more manageable steps, and then celebrate the small wins. Keep in mind that a checklist helps not because lists are glamorous, but because they turn fuzzy intention into clear actions. Crossing off one small task builds momentum and keeps you from spiraling out of control. You also want to prepare for future risks, and the best way to beat an obstacle is just to avoid it when all possible. Learn from your past screw-ups and build a set of buffers. If a vendor is unreliable, order earlier or keep a backup. If deadlines crush you, add a cushion. Risk planning isn't about being paranoid, it's about being practical. A little foresight saves a lot of scrambling. And be sure to reward yourself. Motivation runs on dopamine, and small rewards help keep that engine humming. Attach something enjoyable to your progress, a favorite snack, a short walk, a call with a close friend. Rewards don't have to be big, they just need to be meaningful to you. Pairing effort with pleasure makes the hard work a lot more likely to stick. When you put all these together, you get a reliable approach. Face obstacles with curiosity. Slow down to think. Manage your emotions. Commit to your path. Break those goals into smaller pieces. Think about and prepare for likely problems and reward your progress. Over time, this becomes a habit loop that makes obstacles less threatening and more solvable. A quick real-world example about my knee. I stayed positive enough to keep training in other ways. I thought through the paperwork instead of flipping out. I controlled my frustration with breathing and focus. I committed to getting repaired. I broke those big steps into smaller tasks. Find a surgeon, confirm coverage, schedule surgery. I planned for delays by having alternative training, and I rewarded myself for each milestone. The end result, knee fixed, lessons learned, and a better system to handle the next curveball life throws at me. Keep in mind, obstacles aren't proof that you're failing. They're proof you're trying. Use them to sharpen your progress, not your anxiety. Oh, one last thing, just hit subscribe for more brain-boosting hacks that take minutes but change everything. It's an easy and free way to support us, and you'll boost your brain power along the way. Until the next time, this is Wil Dieck wishing you only success. And remember, treat obstacles like training partners. They help make you stronger if you work with them, not against them.